Hello my friends, so in the previous video I have shown you how to make this Christmas tree, how to add a bead. Now I want to show you one more example how you can add this ring together with a bead. So when you have finished your work, you will have such a loop here. You can move it, make it bigger, smaller, you see. Then I take crocheting hook and insert the loop into the bead, pull it through the bead like this. Then I take this wooden ring. If you're going to use a ring, I recommend you to use a wooden ring that is usually used for a napkin, for example. We can insert the loop into the napkin ring and then we open it and turn this through the loop. Here it is. Now you have your napkin ring with the Christmas tree attached. Now with these threads that we have here as a free end, we can slightly tighten it to the desired length, pull at this free end and tighten it right up to the wooden bead. Here you can either sew it or make this lark's head as I have just made. So here any kind of knot is possible, but I recommend this one as the easiest one. So you can hide this little knot inside the bead so that it is absolutely invisible. Now you see it is in place. Now I see that I have a long free end. I can slightly cut it, take a darning needle and hide this free end inside the stitches, just like we did before, just following the pattern. First make a knot to fix it properly here, and then follow the pattern to hide it inside so that it's not visible that you have added something, and hide it inside between the stitches so that you can then hide it and cut it. Like this, we have attached a napkin ring. Now I'll show you how you can make an alternative decoration. If you want to add such a tassel, you need to take a piece of paper or carton 7.5 centimeters, approximately, more or less, and twist the thread around this piece of paper. Make as many twists as you like. I'm going to make approximately 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'll make 15 turns around. So cut it. Then I take one more piece, approximately 80 centimeters. Fold it double like this and pull it under those strands like this. Then we fold this together, make sure that both sides have the same length. Make a knot in the center, maybe even several knots to make sure. Second time I make one knot and then twist it one more time around to make a stronger knot. This ready. Now you can cut the lower end like here. Make sure you cut straight in the middle. And now we'll get such a tassel. This tassel we make nice and straight and leave it for the time being. Then we take one more piece of thread, also approximately 80 centimeters, maybe a little bit less, just make sure that it will be enough. And what do we do next? We can take this tassel, hold it like this, and make trimming around it. One end of the thread I'll put a little bit longer than all the rest. Hold it with my fingers here on top, make a little loop on top, and then holding it with my fingers. Here we have a loop, here we have 3 ends. And now with the longer end, we twist it around. That is the longer one, right? I hold it with my fingers and start twisting it around the tassel. Around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, approximately 6 times around. Now you take this free end, which was the longer one, insert it into the loop and pull at the other short end. You will see that the loop will start pulling the longer end under the thread here. Now you have to tighten it really well on both sides, up and down, like this. You see? Now it will be hidden inside, and the knot will be hidden under those horizontal half loops. Then you take the longer one, insert it into the darning needle, and according to the direction of the threads, hide it first up towards this knot. Then you can let it go down and just cut it at the same length as all the others. So now we have this nice tassel, and we only have to cut these 2 longer ends at the same length. So make it all nice and even. Cut it at the same length. You can even crop it a little bit here, so make sure that all the ends have the same height, the same length, that is, like this. So our tassel is ready. I'll give it a second check, make sure that they all have the same length in case you need to trim it, like this. So we get such a tassel. And then, if you like, you can also add one more wooden bead here, right into the center of the fir tree. As the fir tree consists here of one puffy stitch in the middle, it's approximately 1 centimeter length. So at the beginning we will insert the bead like this by the means of crocheting hook. We can pull these strands, and then we'll need to sew it to this central puffy stitch. One end will go to one side of the puffy stitch, the other end will go to the other end of this puffy stitch. And so like this, insert it into the darning needle. And then insert it into one opening on one side. Leave it here so that the bead remains right in the middle of this stitch. Here you see of this puffy stitch, so that it is centered, right? Return through the bead like this. Adjust the length. Here I can pierce it through the knot and adjust again, come back through the bead again. Here I make a little knot into this opening, attach it through one thread, make a knot, and then hide it as we have already hidden many times. First make a stitch here once or twice, and then just hide it somewhere inside between the stitches and cut it. Likewise we do with the other end. First insert it into the darning needle, like this, and when we have fixed it on one side, we need to fix it on the other side. Try to make it so that the bead is still in the center. Like this. Then through the tassel and come back. Come back here through the bead, adjust so that it is in the center, and now we will fix it on this side. Fix it here, holding it with your finger, and then hide it as we did before. Make one stitch towards the center of these stitches, and then just hide it somewhere inside the tree. And just pull it in the center somewhere behind the stitches so that you can cut it and it will remain inside. So here you have several options how you can decorate this Christmas tree with a tassel, or decorate it with a napkin ring, or just leave it with such a string to hang it onto the Christmas tree. And I want also to show you the third option is when you have 3 beads.